it's been another little while, but I finally have a new recipe to share with you, and I'm super excited because I have never made this one. I will link the recipe down below in the description so you can follow it step by step. I will make some modifications to it because I don't have all the ingredients, and that's totally okay. But today we're going to be making Marry Me chicken, and I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first of all, to get started, you're going to need some boneless, skinless chicken breast. This recipe, I've seen others where you can actually make it with chicken thighs too, but I've got chicken breasts, so we're gonna use that. So what you're gonna do is, it calls for 3, I have 2, but mine are very big. And what you're going to do is you're just going to, for what I did is I cut each chicken breast in half and then cut it into little pieces, just like this here. You can see all of my chicken laid out. And then I just seasoned both sides with salt and pepper. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just dredge them in some flour so they're coated on both sides, and then we will get them in the frying pan and start the whole process. So let's put some flour on them front and back, and then we will get them in the pan. Okay, so I have all of the chicken here. You can see that it is coated front and back. Let me pick up a small piece here. Front and back, it's coated. Now what we're going to do is, in a pan, I'm going to use one like this, I am going to put, let's see here. So we're going to put in some olive oil and melt the butter on medium heat. Swirl pan to coat with oil and butter evenly. And then we're going to put the chicken in. So we're going to need, what do we need here? 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm gonna put that in the pan, heat it up, and then we will get it into the pan. Okay, so we have the 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter in the pot here. I'm gonna heat it up, and then once it's heated, we're going to brown the chicken. You don't want to overcrowd it though, so we're just gonna have to put it in batches so it's cooked. And then when it's cooked, what I'm going to do, so it's gonna be about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. And then once it is golden brown and cooked through, we're going to transfer it onto a clean plate. So I'm gonna take a clean plate out. We'll transfer it onto this one, and then we will make the gravy that goes with it. So I'm just gonna let this heat up here. It's just about heated because I have it on my double burner. And then I will start putting the chicken into the pan. Okay, so the whole pan is covered. I'm going to start putting the chicken down in. And then once again, like I said, you don't want it to be crowded. So you want to make sure that there's lots of room for the chicken. I'm probably going to put 4 in this one. And then we will do the rest in a separate batch. So I'm going to cook this for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Or sorry, 4 to 5 minutes total. No, on each side until it's golden brown. And then we will transfer onto a clean plate. Okay, so I just flipped them. You can see that they're golden brown. I'm gonna cook them on this side now, and then we will do the second batch, and then I will show you how to move on to the next step. All right, so there's the first batch off. Second batch just went in. And in the meantime, I have 3 cloves of garlic in my garlic chopper. This is the coolest thing ever, guys. You literally just run it like a car, and it chops it. So I've got that ready for the next step. I'm just gonna let this finish cooking, and then we will start the sauce. Okay, so I have the last batch in right now, and when that's done, we're going to move on to the the sauce for it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the garlic out of here. I've got the lid off, and we're gonna saute it a little bit into the pan. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in 1 cup of chicken stock and deglaze the pan by scraping it with a wooden spoon just to get all of the cooked on stuff from the chicken off into the gravy or sauce. And then we're going to add in 1 cup of heavy cream, and then you should add in a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese and let it simmer for a couple minutes. I don't have Parmesan cheese, so I'm not going to put that in. So we're just gonna move on to that step after this is done, and I'll show you what it looks like when we get there. All right, so this is just about done. You can see that a lot of the oil and butter has, it's not there anymore. So once this is done, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to add in the garlic and saute it for just a minute or so. And then I'm going to add in the chicken stock, and I'm going to scrape all of the brown stuff off of the bottom of the pan. And then we'll add the cream in. So let's get these out of here, and then we will put the garlic in. Okay, so the garlic is in here. I'm just going to kind of saute it in the oil there, and I did turn it down to medium-low. I'm going to cook this real quick, and then I'm going to pour in the chicken stock, and obviously that will bring the liquid level up in the pan, and then I'm just going to scrape all of the stuff off the bottom of the pan. Okay, so you can see that everything's off the bottom, and now it's just floating in the stock. And now I'm just going to let this get a little bit warmer, and I'm going to add in, let me grab it here, the heavy cream. I'm going to mix this up. Ooh, that looks so good. Mix that up, and then I'm going to add in just some mozzarella cheese instead of the Parmesan, because I don't have it. And then we will add in my seasonings that I'm going to use. Okay, so this will definitely make it taste different. I added in 1/2 cup of mozzarella. It's going to taste different, obviously, than adding the Parmesan that it calls for, but we like both. So I just added that in, and now it says to add in your seasonings of chili flakes, oregano, thyme, and stir it up. I don't have that stuff because I love this. So I'm going to use this Homestead blend. It's bell pepper and herbs, almost the same thing. So I'm just going to add in about that much, just to give it a good seasoning. I'm going to stir it up, and then I will let it simmer just for a minute, and then I will show you the next step. All right, so you can see now that it is simmering. It's good to go. Now at this point, if you have sun-dried tomatoes, this is when you would add them in. Salt and pepper to taste. But I am good with how it is right here. I just gave it a taste, and it's absolutely amazing. So now what you're going to do is turn this down to low on simmer. And you're just going to add the chicken back in and let it simmer in the juice. So let's add it back in. So there you go, it's back in. Looks absolutely amazing. The sauce, as it sits a little longer, is going to thicken. I'm just gonna, if you had 3 chicken breasts like it calls for, you would have less sauce. But I like the extra sauce because I'm actually going, I'm making some mashed potatoes, and I'm gonna put this on top of that. So once this is done, I will show you what it looks like. Now we're just going to turn it all the way on low like it is. Just gonna let it simmer for a little bit, and then I will turn it off and I'll show you what it looks like when we serve it. Alrighty, so the mashed potatoes are done. I'm just gonna make a plate here for one of my kids, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So you're gonna put, you can serve it with whatever you want. I'm gonna use mashed potatoes, so I just put a little bit of mashed potatoes there on the bottom. I'm going to grab one of the chickens. So you can see there now, the chicken is on top. And then you're just going to grab some of the gravy off of the bottom and pour it around like that. That is it, you guys. Absolutely amazing. All right, so there you have it. Marry me chicken on a bed of mashed potatoes, ready to go, and my gosh, it smells absolutely amazing. Look at this. Let me turn it around so you can see it better. There it is. Looks absolutely incredible, and the chicken is still crunchy, or not crunchy, but crispy with the breading on it there. And it is so good, you guys. So there you have it. That took me all of maybe 20 minutes to make, and it is just smells incredible. I tasted the sauce and it tastes incredible, and I'm sure the chicken tastes just as good. So there you go. That is how simple it is to make. Like I said, I will put below in the description the recipe that I followed, so you can follow it exactly to a T of what it says. Like I said, I use different spices, a different cheese, but that's totally okay. So yeah, super easy. I know it's gonna taste delicious. Give it a try for yourself, or share it with a friend. Share it to your own maybe Facebook or notes in your phone to keep it as a highlight for when you don't know what to make for dinner. This is a really quick and easy one. And if you do give it a try, drop it in the comments of what you thought about it, how you liked it. And as always, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for following along. Ring that bell, subscribe so you never miss one of these amazing videos, and I will see you back here next time. Bye.